And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. This is your host, Chris. We got Jesse here. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
And we got two special guests today. We got Mike and Will of Valence. What's up? How you guys doing?
Woo! How you doing?
Sorry, I'm so distracted by my camera moving again.
In the crowd.
Holy crap. I'm sorry.
Move that shit.
We're on a podcast. Chris is vlogging. So, anyway, tell us about your last record. Tell us about your writing process. Okay.
We're definitely professional. Don't let this fool you. Holy shit. As I'm talking to you, I see it moving too, but all right, so we're off to a great start here on the podcast, guys. Thank you for joining. Will, thank you for joining again. Actually, last time we talked, it was when Cognitive Dissidents came out.
It was actually right before it came out, I believe, because I think we premiered some of those tracks on the radio show.
Yeah, that was really cool. So thank you again for doing that. That was a ton of fun. And
my pleasure.
So in my mind, that was years ago, like 3 years ago, right? In my mind, right?
Yeah,
and then
totally.
And then I'm looking, I'm like, wait, but I did like a, on Instagram, they do that thing where you, like your history or whatever. I can't.
Yeah.
So anyway, I looked and it was like 2019 or something. I was like,
oh, it's like
what?
it's like just over a year.
Yeah,
It's like
dude, I thought that was years ago. It was crazy.
It is bonkers. Dude, March feels a year ago.
Dude, in my head, it's still March.
Yeah.
It's like March 182nd.
It's never happened, right? This whole time.
It was a dream the whole time. Oh my God.
So
Neil Peart is still alive. That'd be a legend. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that was a real bummer. Like, you see, actually, I think that to me that was not 2020, even though it was.
Yeah, that felt a long time ago. That was literally like 3 months ago. Holy shit. Yeah, dude.
Anything that I was back in the office for at work feels like last year or something, even though it was only a couple months ago. It's mind-boggling how your mind works like that,
Good start death to the podcast. Now, anyway, so what you guys been doing while you're in quarantine?
We've been writing.
Yes.
Material. Yep.
Yeah, I'm super stoked on the new material.
Dude, how far along is it?
Well, I guess the intention was to like have as much material for a full length kind of thing, and kind of work from there. Like we have so many ideas. Like there's a couple songs that are like 80-90% there, and little tweaks of some finessing, and got to start the pre-production aspect of it to actually get it in the computer and to a click and all.
Yeah, I feel like we have a couple tunes that are like 80-90% where we all have to just like solidify parts and kind of figure out exactly what's happening. And then, we're musicians. We have buckets of ideas that we want to do, and we want to combine them all into one, hour and a half tune.
Yeah. Well, I was like, because I just like, I was checking out Cognitive Dissidents. Damn, I suck, dude. I'm sorry.
Play on words. I learned that last time.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love the fucking album, by the way. It's awesome.
Oh,
and it's cool. It's like hear a lot of cool influences and also just like your take on those influences. One, I just want to ask, are you guys fans of the Human Abstract by any chance?
Hell yeah.
There we go. God, I was just like, I was like, I could hear that a little bit. I was like, yeah. No, it's awesome. And it's also cool because, like, you guys don't, like, haul off like a lot of prog bands. Like, like they go super. You guys are, like, a nice mid-tempo, and you just have all this room to play. You guys, like, have all this, like, awesome play time. So it's, like, with, like, music like that, is it hard at the end of the song? Like, what's hard is coming up with the ideas at the beginning or at the end, like, fine. Because it's, like, so much little twists and turns in your song. It's, like, you have to just kind of decide, like, this is it. We're done. I feel like that might be the hardest part of like prog songs at like 90%, where you're like, are we cool with this like transition into this genre? Like, holy shit.
Well,
yeah. For me, like it's the transitions. The transitions are always, like, for me, a lot of it, like, and going back and forth with these cats, like, it's a lot of like, hey, I have this really cool idea, and we jam on it, we develop it, and it's a cool, like, individual piece. But then we're like, yeah, then we'll go into this other cool piece, and then it's like, but how do we get there?
Yeah. So that's basically the right part. You just set up a lot of goalposts and then just connecting the dots till the end of the song.
A bit. Mike,
I'd say we like kind of like what Will was saying. We'd be like kind of go out apart and try it in different ways, try different feels. Like, and again, at the end of the day, our music, it's like very much like how it feels. So it's like getting from point A to point B to point C and having these like, you know, these like destinations where we're trying to get, it's like those little things like with the transitions, and it's like maybe we're playing with things and playing parts a little differently, up an octave, maybe in a different time signature, maybe in a different like, you know, swung or 2 or 3 or 4 feel type of thing. So, you know, we have so many just riffs alone. It's kind of like puzzle pieces to an extent.
Does that ever give you like anxiety a little bit, or is it just like so much fun just figuring out the puzzle?
It's so much fun figuring out the puzzle.
It's fun. I get anxious sometimes though. I definitely have my moments of like I don't know. I just have this weird mentality of like I just always want to get as much stuff done as possible all the time. So sometimes when we're like working on a tune and it's, you know, it's going and it's taking its process, sometimes I'm a little like, can this be done? Can we have like 9 songs by the end of this week? But I mean, we write really, really dense music.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, like I you know, I'll be a little cocky, and I do love everything we write and everything we come up with. So
I kind of like got the Devin Townsend vibe there, where he'll like shoot out 9 songs. Like I don't know if you guys are fans of him. I'm assuming you guys are, but like
yes,
he's doing a live stream now. He just dropped 2 new podcasts. He's working on a new album called Light Work. And he said he's doing like, he actually remixed that whole box set that he's doing. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, he's doing all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like I a lot of times like I'll look at what Devin Townsend's doing and just being like, can I do half of that?
I'll ask the 16th. Honestly, I'll think of all those things. I'm like, that's a great idea. Then I'll get chips and watch One Piece. I'm like,
Jesse's the
I get
idea
stuck.
guy. Jesse's always the idea guy for everything.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, dude, we can do this, and then like we're like, I think we do one of those
I'm
things.
just so tired, dude. Honestly, thinking about that, brain power's gone. You guys just want to hang out? I don't know. So I'm like, fuck. Yeah. I was like, damn.
that's what happens at these rehearsals, though. It's like we've been playing at these 2 parts back to back for like a full hour, and it's like, okay, maybe we need to step back. You know what? Let's just hang out and have some fun and get away from this. When we come back to it, it's like, oh, that one thing that we did probably first or second feels and sounds the best.
Oh yeah. That also happens in my small bit of like jamming. The couple times like you would never figure. I feel like I never figure it out in the jam. It's literally like as you step outside your door with your instrument, you're like, "Well, see you guys," and as you're walking home, you're like, "Fuck, that's what we should have did." And you gotta wait like the next week or the next couple days. It's like, or like, it sounds like you guys do it kind of like what do we call it? Lamb of God was talking about Randy from Lamb of God. He's obviously not like, you know, he's the singer, he's the guy, and he talks about like, oh yeah, Mark and Willie will sit there and be like, oh, this riff, and he's like, oh, but how about like he's just like, and they'll just sit there and just go back and forth nonstop. And I was like, do you guys do that all the time?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're never short on ideas and variations.
That last you said, though, the second one will be dut-dut, and the next one will be dut-dut-dut-dut, and the next one will be digga-digga-digga-dut. It's like,
and then it'll take us a month to like remember it. Of just being like, oh yeah, that first one.
I was gonna say,
but then Dude,
it
it's
sounds like
keep straight.
Oh, you got to record that while you're doing it, right? Or you guys just try to remember it?
it's a little of both, but we've been better at recording things.
Do you still do the phone method where you record on your phone?
Yeah, just voice memos. It does the trick.
Actually, for a while, what I started to do was actually do video stuff.
That might be
with my phone.
You can actually see like what you're doing too.
I can see what I'm doing, but also I noticed this after I started doing it is I noticed my looks. Like I'll notice, like I'll be playing a part, and then I'll like look at the camera and just be like, "You're fucking this up." And then I'll go back and I'll watch it while I'm practicing, and I'll be like, "Oh, okay, right, this part needs attention." And it's nice though, especially when you're working with like an 8, 9, 12-minute song. When you first start it to the end, you're and especially if you're first learning it or you're reviewing it, you're going to mess up certain sections, but by the time you're at the end, you don't remember that first thing you messed up.
Oh, yeah. It feels like a different song.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So like sometimes like having that video at least for me, like goes like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting to work on this because it's just goes by, and then there's that other part that I keep having trouble with at the end. So
remember the 30-second note run that you have, like between those like crazy odd time signature parts, and you forget to hit like the one pedal to make them sound a little bit different because they're ever so similar. It's like those little things. It's like, oh shit, I forgot to hit my pedal. Oh shit, I forgot entirely.
Actually, one of the newer tunes we're writing, I started incorporating an Eventide H9 into my rig, and I love the sounds in it, but I'm still used to like getting the tap dance.
Yeah.
So that's also like a new dimension I'm working with, is like I have to remember to hit this button before this part and not mess up the part.
Oh, dude, as like I know, like I'm not a bassist or guitarist, but I always thought like, man, dude, it's kind of crazy the plight of the metal band, especially if you got heavy parts and you got like soft parts. Man, you fuck up that pedal, that distortion pedal, man, that really ruins everything. It's like, here comes the pretty part. Oh, that sounds ugly. I fucking forgot the pedal. Oh my god.
Well, like I remember seeing you guys at Vitus, and the floor looked just messy with gear. I mean, I don't know if that was all yours or it was just like the bands on stage, but I felt like there was so much gear everywhere.
Well, we have a lot of pedals.
Yeah.
At least the three of us. But I do know that that was the Black Crown Initiate show, right?
No, I never seen them.
That was the Moontooth show.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the Moontooth show.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of Moontooth stuff was on the stage too, so that might have kind of, because
there's not a lot of stage space at Vitus.
Yeah.
In the world of progressive metal, and we're all pushing boundaries, trying to find, not just like write songs differently, but like having the right sounds and the right tones. So like having more toys at your feet, kind of adds to different colors to the song. So it's like it's nice to have all the pedals and all the gear. And you're putting 4 prog bands together. Everyone's going to have a huge pedal board. Everyone's going to have an amp it doesn't have to always run as a big setup. There's a lot of Axe Effects guys and digital guys that have bring their one lunchbox and their guitar and they're good to go. But we love our pedals. So
that's the headline. Valence pedals. Awesome.
I know last time we talked about you're really into gear. You actually talked to my boy Brian about it.
Oh yeah.
Did you? I remember you said you were trying to get like a new interface, right? That was a while ago, back in May.
I'm still kind of working on a new interface. I have a computer coming in a week and a half. So, and then I'm using this wonderful Zoom H6 that I'm actually borrowing from work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have that.
And yeah, I've been basically using that to teach with and to do demo stuff with. Actually, I even recorded for a buddy of mine. I had to do some recording stuff for him while he was out in LA. So I just used this into Logic, and it sounds great. So
yeah, actually, I used to do everything through Zoom before I got my interface. That's how I did everything. Yeah, it was actually really useful. Actually, when I did interviews at concerts, it was so convenient. It's that plug in. Actually, I used to not plug in a mic. I used to just use the mic on it. But then I realized it's it's like a speakerphone basically. So I was like, I should get the actual mics.
Yeah, I'm still using hence the audience of bugs.
The chorus of insects. On the next album, we're working on a chorus of insects. Now, Cicada, can you hit that 16-note offset, please?
Just on the end, please. Come on.
No, off. Sorry. I will say, I'm blown away that Zoom can record drums like that, man. I remember, Chris brought his Zoom over. I was like, holy shit, he just put it under my throne. I was like, it sounded great. My room sucks for acoustics. Like, he's like...
Yeah, I put it, right there, too, and I just turned down, the gain, all the way, basically, so, And it actually sounded pretty decent, better than what you get with your phone or something. Nothing professional, but it was surprisingly good.
It's fucking crazy, though.
I'm going to try that.
Literally, the Zoom is how much money? If you buy, the H5 or even the H4, I think you had the H4, it's $100 and some dollars. That's kind of crazy when you think about, literally, if you're, an up-and-coming musician, you can just buy one and record everything you're doing perfectly.
Yeah. On a real interesting note, this here Caterpillar seems to really like...
Oh, look at that.
This Zoom H6.
Yeah,
he's trying to mess with the levels. Get him.
He wants it. No, he wants in on the interview. So I'm gonna leave him.
What's his role in the band?
He's gonna turn into a cocoon eventually. Give us inspiration.
He's the lead singer.
Yeah, that's something I want to ask you. I mean, you guys are perfectly fine without a vocalist, but have you ever like dabbled in the idea of adding vocals on your tracks? Maybe having like, a guest vocalist for one song?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, a big part of what we're instrumental is because we've auditioned a bunch of vocalists in the past and we're just like couldn't find the right fit. And the instrumental thing just kept becoming more comfortable and more us, you know, that became us, like, for sure.
Yeah.
And we love doing that and all, but there is conversation about possible collaborations in the future. And
awesome.
I think we all kind of, you know, we all come from different backgrounds and played with different bands that also had singers. So it'd be nice to do some songs with a vocalist. I think that'd be really cool. And, you know, kind of cover a lot of different territory, not just like we're going to do like, you know, progressive metal or death metal, or, you know, someone, you know, who could do like maybe a death metal song, maybe someone who could do more of like a melodic song, maybe something more here or there. It's all in conversation right now. So nothing's in stone, but it's something I think we would look forward to doing.
Well, that's like listening to your EP, like I totally got that, or album, I got that vibe, you know, where like you can have songs that sound like, you know, like Between the Mirror and Me, where he can scream his like, he's like head off, you know what I mean? But then he can sing and be beautiful. Kind of like your music can, you know, accompany both those type of vocals. And I noticed that you do it at Westfall with Ray from Moontooth. So I was like, maybe you can get like, you know, John on there or something. I mean, there's a lot of bands that go through there. So, I mean, your music just accompanies all that.
I would love to do a song with John. He's an amazing singer. He's awesome. All those guys are so fucking cool. And is awesome. You know, we're probably gonna be going back there and working with them again because they're just all such great dudes and make a great album. You know.
Is that where the new record's being recorded?
Right now, that's what we're talking about, and I think we might do a couple things on our own with maybe tracking and go in there, or the whole process again. It's too early to tell. We're just trying to get all the material ready,
of course,
type of thing, and then shop a little bit. But
yeah, see where the world is.
Yeah, who knows where?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's nuts. That's also like the conundrum for prog bands in general, especially like, dude, how many times I hear like, if you're like that prog fan, man, people hate vocals. They're like, dude, why did you run over the instruments? Like, I feel bad for Peripheral. Like, dude, I love Spencer, but like, man, the second he joined the band and some people, they did like the instrumental track and then like the actual track with him, it's like, why did you even add him? They don't need it. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, as a great vocalist, you just get like thrown out of the band by the fans. It's just like,
that's shitty. I think he's great. Yeah. I think he's really great with them. You know, I love them. Even when they play their instrumental set, which there's video of it online, it's killer. But like Spencer takes it to another level. Like, who could sing like 5-6 octaves in full fucking voice, you know, and like hit those notes and turn them into screeches or screams or growls. Like, the dude's fucking really talented. Like,
oh, it's insane. And
could I have a Spencer or a Tommy from, you know, like, let's do some, you know, let's do some songs with those guys or some of those guys.
Yeah.
Hey, could you do a track, please, Tommy? This goes out to Tommy. Yeah, he's nuts too. It's like, talk about. I don't think there's anyone with a voice like Tommy in that genre. Like, that guy is so like, you know him the second he screams and sings. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, also one of the most brutal screams I know. It just sounds angry as fuck. Like when he goes nuts,
like, it's like hurting his voice too.
Yeah,
like
damn.
Obviously, like, he doesn't hurt his voice, but it just sounds like that, you know?
Like White Walls? Oof, give me the end of White Walls, bro. When he just screams White Walls, dude, I'll fucking jump out the window. I'm just so scared of that song. I'm like, oh my God. It's terrifying.
What song makes you guys jump out the window?
Yeah. Put it in the comments.
That's actually a good question. What song off your record makes you jump through a window?
It's just like, Jesus Christ.
For what reason?
For, I don't know, fear or just like, we gotta go.
Reasons.
Motivation.
Probably for me, probably Red Sky, because it's long.
Oh, 14
There's
minutes,
a lot of parts.
Just too much anxiety. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's yeah. Actually, I have a tuning change in it too, which if I don't hit, like, it's almost, to me, it's like almost a note I have to hit at a certain time. And every once in a while during rehearsals, like when we put it back into the set, I have to like memorize that, because if not, I'm like the next part, and then I gotta flip the switch, and like, it's anxiety.
Dude, that's kind of nuts. Like, literally, that's why I always joke about like, you know, I did like high school band and people always make fun of like the triangle or like when you do band, like those little instruments where you have one part. Dude, it's so much harder when it's like to have one part of one section of a song than like have just like, I'm going to play the whole song. Because if you fuck up the count for like just a pedal, it's just like, all right, here's the one thing I have to do right here. Or like just tune. It's like, I missed it. Oh my God.
Like, yeah. Speaking of which, the other part for me about that tune is actually the beginning where I'm literally playing whole notes.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it's exactly that. It's, you know, I can play a 16th note run or a 32nd note run. Cool, great. But just playing those, just getting it dead on one. Because if you don't hit it on one, it's gone.
Oh, dude.
And you messed it up. And everyone's like, oh, bass player messed up there.
Dude, me and Jesse were talking about messing up back in the day, and if you like, so we did like a talent show, right, at our high school, and we messed up midway through like a chord medley we came up with, and like in our heads, like we all knew we fucked up on stage. We're like, oh fuck us, right? We felt like so shitty. Meanwhile, everyone's like, dude, it was a great metal performance. Like if people don't know the music, they don't realize. Oh, yeah. And they were like, that was so good. I'm like, we totally butchered everything.
Some kind of high-fived me and said, I love Metallica. I was like, all right. I was just like, cool, dude.
The Who, I love bands.
Yeah, I was just like, Jesus Christ. I was like, yeah, why do I even feel bad? I was just like, it's like they don't even know what's happening. Woo, guitar.
Yeah, I was talking to one band. They were like, yeah, I remember we were playing a show and we realized that most of the crowd didn't care about our band because they were the opening band and they were drunk anyway. It's like, so we could have played like the wrong songs or whatever and they wouldn't have noticed. And I was like, that's so funny. Like you put so much time into like your songs, into writing, into your performance, making that set, doing everything, and then you realize the crowd does not care. I was like, oh my God, that must be such a defeated feeling.
That's a brutal take.
Also, to me, sometimes it's a bit of a relief.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of like, okay, I care about this more than they do, so I'm gonna show them.
I could see like that's wow. Like, yeah, that's the way better way of thinking it than being like everything I worked for, no one gives a fuck. It's like, all right, that's a little depressing. Yeah. It's like, you don't think about it like that. But also, like, it's always like conversations I have, like, if I, like, people really like in the genre, like whether you're just into music or you play in a band or you play instruments, it's like, dude, like music becomes kind of like your identity or your life. You like focus on the little things. Like, dude, that's a cool, like, crash. Like, it's just like, who thinks about that? And then some people like, I like that song from that guy on that one thing. Like, they don't even know the album. And it's just like, all right, but what else? It's like, I don't know. I'm too busy doing other shit. Like, music's not my, like, it's such a background thing to some people. And like, it's funny in the genre or in the musical world, people like forget that because they're like, dude, they like, it's like, nah, I like a single, dude. Like, I don't even know what's happening. What's a chord? Like, it's just like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I sometimes can't fathom people that are just like, you know, I like music.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, but like, what music do you like? Where? Tell me about your favorite bands, like, please. Where they're like,
listen
you know,
whatever's on the radio. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's so funny. I you know what? Okay, those people are interesting, but what about the people that legitimately just don't like music? Like, they're
not real people.
Yeah, they're like, they're robots.
We don't know.
Like, yeah, it's goofy. Like, we have one friend that's kind of like that. You show him songs, he's like, like, he just shrugs. It's like, all right, man, luckily, I guess we just won't listen to – well, he doesn't care either way. He doesn't hate it or love it. He's just like, whatever. You guys want to play a board game or something? Like, yeah, I'm like, all right. So he doesn't get decision on the playlist. That's cool. I just, like, pick all the songs I want to pick. I'm like, he doesn't care. But it's so goofy to me. Like, I love music, dude. When I get an album, lay on my bed with my nice headphones, play it, I just – oh, dude, when I have time to do that, the Loathe album, perfect album to do that too. Oh, dude. By the way, if you didn't check them out, they're great. But like your guys' album, dude, fantastic. Put the Bluetooth speaker on, scrub a dub in the tub, dude. It's amazing. It's like, I love it.
It's an album that you guys have been like into right now.
In time.
Music to bathe to.
Yeah, it's true.
Now we're on to something. That's the next album.
What do you lather up to? What's your lathering song? What's your wash off song? Now we got.
That's how we're gonna structure the next record.
Dude, we got a new idea coming.
It's all about concept records. It's all about concept records.
Dude, Jesse only washes his nuts to that hard part, bro. I hope his dick's okay. He just goes hard. He beats his nuts up, dude.
And there we go. We got the clip for the next episode. Bathing with Valence. Oh shit. All right. So what's something that you guys have been throwing on when you go into the shower, just to listen to?
In the shower is
or bath, whatever.
Oh, like that.
Wherever floats your boat.
A lake swim.
I tend to sink.
Like for me, I've been putting on the new Black Crown Initiate album.
It's so good. It's so good.
Final Portrait of Doom Escape, guys, check it out if you haven't. But
yes, you have to do that.
9 tracks of awesomeness. That's the one I usually, because I'll start that album and then I'm like by the mid or end way, I'm like, I should get out of the shower by now. You know what I mean? Because you're just enjoying it, hanging out and stuff like that. That's one for me.
Music to prune up to.
Oh, dude.
Like, what amount of time in the shower? What's a good album that like really is just like good amount of music to shower to? Like,
well, if you want to save money, hardcore albums. They're all 2-minute songs. You can get about halfway through and still be good, like a normal.
Top 40. Let's go. Shower.
I will say it wasn't a great experience, but I got really drunk like 2 weeks ago, and I felt really crappy. So I got home. I was like, I'll fucking take a shower. It was like 3 a.m. I put Every Time I Die on, their whole discography, and I fell asleep in the shower. And it was 6:30. I was like, oh my god.
It is falling off,
dude. My hands were. I was like, I'm a different creature.
Wow.
Dude, it was hot again, dude. I think I went through a full cycle of hot water, cold water, to hot water. I thought I got COVID, bro. I was like, I felt sick the whole day. I was like sniffling and all. I was like, oh my god. I was like, did I get sick from the fucking shower? I was like, are you shitting me?
That's my favorite story right now.
Dude.
That's great.
It was brutal. It also freaked me out because it's like the David Tell bit. It's like, do you like blacking out, or I like to call time travel? You're drinking, you black out. You wake up at another bar, you drink, you black out. You wake up, you're at McDonald's. Like, you've been working there 3 years, and now you're the assistant manager. It's like, I was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I went to my bed like, it was like, it's sun out now? What the fuck happened? It was awful.
Oh,
great night though, worth it.
Yeah,
worth it.
That was a fun night.
All right.
Actually, that's my vote. Yeah.
The new Bill and Ted movie.
I did
not watch it yet.
I didn't know they released it online. I was like, oh shit, I gotta buy it.
Yeah, everything. It's like VOD. Like,
is it
everything's
awesome?
kind of like that.
Yeah.
It was actually really good. Like, I kind of went in with not the best expectations. I think you kind of have to. I don't know. The whole series between 3 movies are great, but yeah, they did a really good job. 30 years later, like,
which is crazy.
Yeah, the one review I said it was just fan service, and I was like, really? I mean, like, I know it's a little bit. I mean, obviously they're gonna do some fan service, but I didn't think it was gonna be that much. I mean, I didn't see it yet, but that's the 2 reviews that said that. So I'm glad to hear that you liked it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm definitely watching it. But also, it's always so hard. The last time you saw those guys as those characters, they were basically kids, and now they're just like grandpas. Like, literally, they could have a lineage, a bloodline. No, he aged. He looked pretty old in those clips.
That's the joke. If Keanu never ages,
like, I'm excited.
Beard
also,
or no beard.
The soundtrack is insane. Like, they got Tosin to play their guitars for them. Like, they got Mastodon, Lamb of God. Like, I think did they put Black Dahlia Murder's cover of Megadeth on there? Or
they
no?
didn't make it. Whatever. He was bummed, he said.
That's crazy. Imagine they made it on there. Like, this
really like that Weezer song that they did. The Weezer song that they did for the promotion.
Oh yeah, that was cool. You brought that up, Mike. At like the last rehearsal.
I was like, yes. I want to never fucking shred. Like, what? Who would have thought? Pretty dope.
Dude, also soundtracks. Like, someone brought that up. I forgot who it was, but soundtracks, man. Like, I forgot. I kind of missed them, dude. Like, a Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack, dude. If you're into metal, that was a hard soundtrack, whether you like the movie or not.
I actually did like that movie.
I did too, but I had to defend myself and my ego. People attack.
That was cool. I thought it was great too.
Oh, dude, when he winks at the end, I was like, "There's gonna be a second one." And it's like, no, damn it.
Yeah, I just actually, I legitimately thought that movie was hysterical.
Oh, dude,
it was like it just winked to exactly what it was. It knew, like, the movie knew what it was, and they were like, yeah, we get what this is.
It was awesome.
But
Dude,
we're
when he
gonna
kicks
do
him in
it.
the nuts, and he's just like, oh. Jason just grabs him and throws him across the leg. That is such a guy thing to do. Just like, I'm going to fuck you up. Do it. Didn't hurt him? Well, you know. It's like, I don't know what to do now. Like, all right. It's awesome. Did you? Oh, hello.
Oh, Jesse's blaring out.
Oh no, I'm
He's
back.
drinking.
I'm drinking. I'm black. No, but I will say, did you? Well, if you like Freddy vs. Jason, did you know they were trying to make a Freddy vs. Jason versus Ash from Evil Dead movie?
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Yeah,
I thought that would do great.
dude, it didn't get. They made the script and they didn't get passed, so they just turned it into a comic book series. And I'm not gonna lie, I read a few of them. I think I read all of them. I forgot. It's only a couple. I think it's 4 issues.
Yeah.
And it makes a lot of sense. Like, Freddy wants to use the Necronomicon to get his body back because he's only a severed head now. And Ash is like working at a Price Mart down the road from like Crystal Lake. He's like, I'm here to fucking find it. And it's just like kind of set it up. I was like, oh, it actually makes sense why this guy is here now for some reason. Like,
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, it was pretty awesome. It's fun. I recommend it if you got like go buy it or whatever.
Sounds
however
like a pretty
you read
good
comic
script.
books.
I'm surprised it didn't happen.
Yeah, it blew my mind. Like it's like it's not a blockbuster thing. I'm like, yeah, neither is Freddy versus Jay. Like,
Maybe back then. Like,
Nightmare
I
on
feel
Elm
like
Street
now
and
that
everything,
would fly now.
yeah,
Probably.
horror fans would lose their mind.
Yeah.
Even just for the novelty, even if it sucked, just going the one time you get the money. Like, you just buy the
Yep.
tickets. Like,
Unless like the actors didn't want to do it or something, you know.
Nah, Bruce
that could
Campbell
put a
would do
wrench
it. Bruce Campbell would do it on a
Bruce
fucking
Campbell.
dime.
You guys fans of Psycho Stick? You ever hear the song Bruce Campbell?
Yes.
I haven't. I don't know that
I love
song.
Psycho Stick.
I gotta check that out.
It's
I like
so
Psycho
good.
Stick,
They
yeah.
just sing about how great Bruce Campbell is. And
He's pretty great.
he actually
That's
listened
awesome.
to it. Like Bruce Campbell actually listened to the song. There's a video on YouTube. You can find it. It's pretty funny.
Oh man, that's so good.
Long story short, he hated it. They weren't really happy with this. He's like, I'm greater than this. Make it better.
That would be so disappointing if you're just in a band. You're like, yeah, we love Bruce Campbell. We're gonna write this song, and then he's like, yeah, it's not good. That would be. Oh man,
I
I'd
wish
be
you
crushed.
didn't write this.
I'd quit so many things if that happened to me.
All right, so let's break it back to the album Cognitive Dissidents. Mike, we'll start with you on this one. What's your favorite riff on this album? Where just the part.
One riff, only one, dude.
I know. One riff is hard, so I'm gonna say, what's your favorite part in the song? Maybe.
I know the whole album by heart, so I know if you'll line or not.
Or you can break it down myself, whatever you want.
Okay. Well, I'm known in the band to write most of the diminished riffs, so I would have to say, we kind of start the album with a bang. I really enjoy that first opening riff in Damn It, Lana. That's like, it's definitely technical, it's fun to play, there's some feel, and it's fucking brutal.
Oh,
I literally play and to listen to.
and it's an Archer reference, right? Correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
You guys
I was
make a
like-
lot of references on this. Like last time we talked, you said it was the Big Lebowski. Wasn't there an Alice in Wonderland reference, or almost like the?
Well, so the tune Walrus, the working title for a while was The Walrus and the Carpenter, which is an Alice in
Yes, that was it.
Wonderland reference.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb actually how awesome references are. Someone just makes a reference. I'm like, oh, they made a reference. Like, I'm just like, oh, that's sort of the thing I like. I don't know why. Like, it's literally just mentioned. But like, someone could literally walk up to me like, Alice in Wonderland. Like, what? I was like, no way.
Yeah, we like to, there's definitely a lot of pop culture references in the titles of our songs. It's like, things that we have in common, things that we like, things that we could laugh about or have an inside joke about. For instance, I think that's kind of how Damn It, Lana came about. It was a little bit of an inside joke. We all watched the show, like post rehearsal, like maybe like Will or Chris might crash at our place, and we'll just like throw on the tube and have some beers and just like have a good laugh.
You better wash those beer bottles up, because that's how you get ants. Do you want ants?
This is how you get it.
We've also been cycling, like bringing like good pizza to rehearsal. So Will and I have this ongoing battle about who has the better pizza, and he says that New Jersey does, and he's just wrong. Like,
So no. So okay. So my argument is statistically the bar is higher in New Jersey because you could walk into almost any pizza place in New Jersey, and there's a lot of them, and the pizza will be very, very good. I mean, there's going to be better and worse, but I think the average, like the mean pizza is excellent in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems the Pizza Council talks about basically like, well, New York, New Jersey, and then like that's it. Everywhere else seems to suck with pizza. I don't know. Like apparently, like
yeah, no,
really,
no.
Connecticut, dude. New
Connecticut. Sorry, I was okay. So the tri-state area, basically. So yeah, there you go.
But like, okay, so have you guys had pizza in Connecticut?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay.
I had
Gotta check
pizza
it
in
out.
Vermont, and that was severely disappointing.
Oh, dude, that was just bad.
Mountain pizza.
That doesn't sound
twigs
good.
in it.
It was
Maple syrup of some sort or some IPA.
Well, because I hear this thing about pizza all the time, and I'm not a guy who travels a lot, right? You know, so I don't really go out to California to eat their pizza or Chicago. I hear about their pizza all the time and stuff like that. So when I was in Vermont, like my girlfriend kept talking about the pizza place up there. I was like, all right, I'm actually gonna have pizza for once. It's not from New York or New Jersey. Like, actually, I would say Pennsylvania. Like the pizza wasn't that bad there. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
I feel
really
like it's
notice it.
close.
Okay.
Like I feel like there's like a gradient going from Jersey to into Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but like Vermont, I was like, oh, I understand.
That's
I
far from
fully
Jersey.
understand.
Actually, by you guys, how you guys are describing. You ever see like a weather map where it's like, oh, this is where the storm is. It's a little bit worse here. It gets better as you go away. Like it seems like that's the pizza.
Yeah.
It's like really good.
And then
Yeah,
it
you can
tapers
eat it.
off.
It's like you may just get the salad. Just get the salad area. Just don't even just get the pizza.
Yeah.
How upset would you be if someone brings you to a pizza place? Like, I love it here. And they just forgot to mention, like, no, I'm actually a big fan of their tacos or their salad. It's just like some random food. It's like, wait a minute, we're at a pizza place. Like, yeah, it sucks. No, get the other stuff. Oh, man. Just get Domino's.
So
All right.
Chris and Jesse, do you guys have like a go-to pizza place?
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, in my town, it'd probably be this place called Rudy's.
Everyone seems
Yeah,
to like Rudy's,
I'd probably go there. Yeah, it's probably my go-to place.
The
Yeah,
worst
it's
part the
Rudy's.
worst part about me, even though my jaw structure and you can't see my belly, but my belly says I love pizza. I'm not a huge fan of pizza. Yeah, there you go. I'll say it on the podcast. It's awful. I wish I liked it. I wish
Jesse's
I
a
liked it.
chicken nugget
I wish
guy.
we could be friends.
Oh, really? I actually need friends. Can you?
I'm done here. I'm just
Well, no, I'm just a picky eater. Going to New York, working in New York. I worked in New York and just seeing all those dollar pizza, even though I know they're not the greatest, but I'm just like, man, it must be easy to love pizza. Literally, there's pizza every single block. I'm like, fuck.
Because
I'm
it
like,
fills you up. It's cheap.
Cheap,
It's
yeah.
always where we live, obviously, it's always good. Or it's really hard to find if you go to a pizza place to find a real shit one. You know what I mean?
yeah. I spent a lot of time at those dollar pizza places in New York. I think they're great.
There was only one time it tasted like. You ever have Elio's, the frozen pizza?
Oh yeah.
There's
That
one
was like
time I
my
went in there.
childhood.
It tasted like that, and I was like, this is kind of weird. Like it literally felt like they just melted this.
like they're like a bad husband that decided to cook dinner and just warm food up. Just like it's like I just slaved over it. They just dirty a bunch of utensils. Look, I made lasagna. It was frozen, but they threw the boxes out, so you don't know. Oh, dude, that's kind of like burgers at diners, man. If you fuck up a burger, I feel like a decent, all right burger, like not the greatest in the world. It's pretty easy to make. You just warm up meat, put it on a pat. Like it's really you just don't undercook it and don't burn it to a puck. Yeah, it's like I'm not asking for the best burger in the world. When it sucks, I'm like, I paid $10 for that.
Oh, I feel like
my
a
life.
bad burger is like it's so disappointing.
Oh, it's so like, well, it's probably like pizza too, in the sense that if it's good, it's awesome. If it's bad, it's just like life crushing. You're like, I just wanted this simple pleasure. The world's hard. All I wanted was this piece that's carbs in my mouth, and that's it. And now I can't.
You want a fun pizza story?
Sure.
I'll give
Yes,
you one right now.
always.
All right, so
No,
the
next
other day,
question.
the other day we went to Long Island to visit my friend, right? And there was this pizza joint over there. I forgot the name of it, but he says it's like really good. Do you remember the name of it, Jess, by any chance?
No, I was hovering, dude.
Well, he keeps talking about it. It's great stuff. And I had the slices before, so he told me these new slices yet. So I was like, all right, I'm doing this right now. I got a ravioli slice, like a chicken bacon ranch kind of slice, whatever. So fucking good, right? Well, at least it looked good. So I put in my car on the way home, right? I drop everyone off, get to my house, go in. The next day I go to my car. I left the pizza in there overnight. I was so disappointed. Overnight in my car. It was at least over 12 hours.
You traveled over state lines with it. You couldn't even eat it. The decency to bring it inside.
Yeah, I don't think I have the mind power to drive with pizza like in my seat and not eat it.
Well, we went out to eat before and stuff like that, so like we were full. So I was like, all right, I'll get this for tomorrow then, because I'm, how often do I go to Long Island? But yeah, I was so bummed out by that. I'm like, I was so looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And there's some people are like, you could still eat it. It's not bad. I was like, 12 hours in my car? I don't know. Like, especially
depending
in the summer.
depending on the temperature, I'm just gonna say, I might.
Yeah.
Might have done it.
Guys, write in the comments, should I eat the pizza?
It's still
you
in
still
his
have
car.
it?
It's
It's still in the car?
Actually, fun fact, my mom says it should be fine. And then my other friend said, like, yeah, you could probably just really, really cook the shit out of it and it'd be fine. I was like,
Well, technically it's already
no.
cooked. It's not like it's gonna be like get you sick. It's just gonna be gross, if anything.
Yeah.
Unless there's bugs in your car, though. Which, bets are off, dude.
It was closed.
Actually, a caterpillar, just a caterpillar. It's a cardboard box. They'll find a way.
No.
Get some
Life
through cardboard.
finds a way.
But yeah,
Reference.
life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
People got to start putting Goldblum in their songs. Like, they do like little samples of stuff in there. They should like a whole band with him in it.
I feel like there'd be so many good quotes, though. He's in so many
Exactly.
things, and he's wonderful in so many things.
Wait, who needs a vocalist when you could just have Jeff Goldblum samples?
That
Is that your next
So-
cover?
Ideas are boiling.
Goldblum core.
We
Now
should do
we're
this
talking.
more often. We're coming up with so many good ideas for both.
the Goldblum variations.
See, there you go.
That's actually gangster. I might throw if you guys want a Patreon or something. I'll pay some money if you guys are willing to make that album.
You guys are doing like covers now. I saw that awesome X-Men one that translated really well. You guys did the Westworld theme. That was awesome. What did you think of the season?
It was insane. It was insane. It kind of, honestly, it fell off a little bit for me from the last two seasons, but it was good. It was good. It was very entertaining. Jesse Pinkman plays a good role.
I was kind of skeptical, and because I like him in Breaking Bad, obviously, and like the Corn videos had a throwback right there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Jesse Pinkman was in a Corn music video. I forgot
What?
which one.
For real?
Yeah,
cool.
I forgot the song, but he was. But anyway, yeah, I was kind of skeptical of this season. I think it turned out well. I mean, obviously, like you said, season one was so fucking good. Best one by far. And I'm kind of interested how they're gonna go about season 4. What about you, Will?
I'll out myself. I haven't seen it.
Oh shit! So you
There's a lot
cover the
I
theme
know.
song, you never watched it. Oh man.
just give like that kid book report. I like that one scene with the guy and the girl, and then that other thing, and then
Yeah,
like,
the thing with the
it's awesome. You know what? All right. So I'm. You guys ever watch The Outsider?
I think
It was on HBO. It was like the one season. It's kind of like a murder. It's like a Stephen King thing. Highly recommend it. But I guess this kind of goes for all shows in a way. They're kind of debating doing a season 2. That season 1 was so perfect. Even though it hurts me, I'm a guy that likes content for my favorite things. I would love if they made a season 2. But that is like a perfect ending to a show. Do you got any shows that you guys think about where it's like it keeps going, but it's like that season would have been perfect. Just end it right there. Even though you probably guiltily wanted to continue, it's like the story-wise, like that's perfect right there. You got any shows like that?
The Office.
Yeah. That yeah. That last season.
Yeah.
I've never seen like the season before it was still all right. Like I still found it really funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely a downward trend in that last season when he left. But man, that season 8, it's like, what the fuck? Like there's still like funny parts here and there, but I was like, this is a dramatically lower quality of show. Like what happened?
Oh yeah.
I actually won't watch those episodes. When they're on
Yeah.
TV, I'm like, I'd rather watch something else. I won't lie.
Did you see the what is it? Not the season, the whole finale. Did you see that?
The last one? The last episode?
Yeah, like the
Wait,
last
was it
episode.
extended it or something? Oh, you mean just like the last episode?
Just like the last episode of the series.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I like certain moments, but like I was jaded from the whole season. Like when we got to it, I was kind of like, yeah, I like the button wrap up, but it's like, all right, like
the button was cool. I kind of enjoyed it, but I do remember like watching that last episode and then just putting on season 1 again, like right at, because I was just like, okay, so now what?
Yeah.
Season 1.
Yeah, they should have ended it. They should have ended it. It's selfish, right? To think as a fan. Also, hindsight too. It's really easy to look back and say it, but like they probably should have just ended it when Michael left because it's so emotional. Like when he leaves.
Yeah.
Like wow. And if somehow they could have wrapped it up with him leaving, it's like, all right, this would be nice. Because also, they're not all really that great of people. You don't really need happy endings for all those people. Like it's kind of weird actually how sad it is when Michael Scott leaves because he's kind of just a piece of shit, but you'd like him for a lot for some reason.
Well, I think that was a big dynamic change from season 1 to like into season 3.
Oh yeah.
Is like like he starts by being that like the Ricky Gervais character of kind of just totally being an asshole. But then like they kind of morph him into this lovable kind of character.
Oh yeah.
Where like you know his heart's in the right place.
Yeah, but he never does
just
anything
wants a
right.
wife and kids.
Right.
Like the Santa Claus episode when he comes out as Jesus, he one-ups Santa. He's like, I'm Jesus. You want to sit on my lap? He's like, you're heckling Santa now? Like, what are you doing?
Right, but there's like a part of you that's like, aw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's doing it from the goodness of his heart. But
oh dude. But yeah, my ex-girlfriend hated him, but then she got sad when he left when we watched the episode. I was like, see, you're sad too. I was like, see, for some reason you get sad with that guy.
He definitely gets on your nerves. Like he's definitely that guy. Like you're watching him like, Michael, like you can just do this, but you go and do all of this. Like why? You're so frustrating. There's an easy route, but you take like the 3 other difficult routes. Like when he drives in the pond.
Yeah, that.
It's so ridiculous. Like, oh my God. But I think this is actually a great time to segue into the random silly question segment. Will, you might remember this from last time.
I love this.
Mike, this is where we ask 3 random questions. They're random and silly. You ready to take part in this?
Yeah, let's go. I feel like it'll transition from where we just came from pretty well.
I mean, we're already laughing our balls off already. So this one. All right, question number 1. Mike, we'll start with you. Worst job you've ever had?
Ooh, worst job I ever had.
Hopefully not too many.
Okay. It might have been the best job I ever had. No, it's definitely the worst job I ever had. I was working for a catering company, and I kind of worked my way up. But the first like year of working there, they kind of just really took advantage of me. I did absolutely everything for this company, and it was just gross because I'd have to like clean like trucks and stuff like that. And like, I just had a really bad boss, a manager who made me just like clean the most disgusting things you could think of. So yeah, that's the worst job ever. Not really an exciting story, but working for like a restaurant that, or a catering company that has a kitchen that might just, get past, all of like their regular inspections, like was all because I used a toothbrush to like clear tar from like underneath like the floor of the kitchen. It was terrible.
Oh, just that always layer of grease no matter what.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Oh, dude. That's luckily because I worked at a grocery store that has a deli, right? And luckily I never had to work in the deli. They tried to get us to work in the deli to clean, but man, they had a rotisserie chicken thing. I've seen them like pull it away from the wall.
The grease
and
trap,
just like
dude.
Yeah, literally, if you don't have like work boots on, you'll just like step and just slide to the other side of the deli because it's just grease like all the way. I'm like, yeah, I'll never clean that, dude. It's kind of amazing, dude. You just like you work like catering. You would say it's probably better off not seeing where the food come from because you're just like, oh my God, I don't want to eat this.
If anyone knew where everything was coming from, this company would have gone down the tubes, like for sure. It's bad.
I wonder how many places in like New York you could say that about. Like if you just went around the corner.
Most.
Yeah, just like this is delicious. It's like rats and cockroaches are high-fiving in the background. It's like just like they're dancing on sandwiches. It's like what's up?
Scene from the Muppets.
that MTV show, Joe's Apartment or whatever. I'll see what you got.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Will?
I can thinking about it, I can honestly say like I'm kind of happy that like I haven't had like, oh, I got this one job. But I did work at in a concession stand of a movie theater at some point, which was just to me it was just bizarre. Just just one, I hated dealing with the customers.
That ruins every job, honestly.
It does.
Well, like clerks, this job is the best if it wasn't for the customers. I felt the same way at the grocery store. I was like, man, if I didn't have like 1 every 10 customers, like, where's the fucking chips? As the chips are behind them, it's like, it's right there. Okay.
Yeah. I did wind up having like a lot of fun there though, just because like I openly didn't care. But like the job wasn't hard. So like I always did my job and my till was always like dead on because they rounded everything to the nearest quarter. So I was like, I could do this math in my head in my sleep. So like of course I'm going to give you the correct change. Like but I did come up with like finding every excuse not to be on register. So I'd just be like, the soda machine's not working. I'm going to go underneath it and fix it. And they were like, that's maintenance job. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it faster. And they're like, okay, if there's a line, jump on. And I'm like, yeah, right.
Isn't that funny how we all do things to avoid register? Like that was always the joke. Like everyone did something else, asked like to do whatever they could just to avoid that.
Oh yeah, that's because customers suck.
Yeah.
You scan an item, they're like, that's not the right price. I'm like, here we go again. It's like,
Also,
right.
it's like I kind of like look back on it. It's also like you just get jaded from doing the same shit every day. So even if like literally, I knew I was a piece of shit when I started doing. I realized I was like, I'm the asshole here. Like it was like I did morning shift, the first register, and it's like Saturday. It was like I think it opened at like 5:30 or 6, and there was this lady who her job every Saturday was to be the first one in the door to get whatever her groceries, which is respectable. You get your day started and you finish it at the beginning of the day. But the second I saw that little lady walk through the door, I was like, you could have waited like a half an hour. Like I get like some peace and quiet just sitting here preparing my mind. It's like, I was like, I'm the dick. She's just trying to be responsible and get her day started. And then you get mixed in because you forget. It's like, it's not every customer. But man, those bad customers.
You're making me work at
you're
work.
Just like, you're like, whoa.
I got to a point with a couple customers where they like I'm selling popcorn candy and soda for way too much money.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was my job. And like they would just start arguing with me about stuff.
It can't be $10.
To a certain point though, I actually I stopped helping. I'm like, I'm done talking to you. Next in line. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, go talk to a manager. I don't get paid enough for this. I was like, I am done helping you. But then they would still try, and I'm like, no, next in line. Like I
respect that.
I have low tolerance for like stupidity and rudeness, and
rudeness is
in
number
that job.
one, probably.
Yeah.
It's tough. Luckily I didn't do that before. Even when people are dicks to me, like when they're in the wrong, I'll be like, it's whatever. Like, cause it's just easy. Like, it's just like, I know like, dude, the customers will fuck you up, dude. It's just one can ruin your whole day. Everyone can be peachy. One guy or girl just like, hey, there's pickles on this. I'm sorry. Do you want me to get you another one? Why is there fucking pickles on this? Like, I'll get you another one. It's like, I want you to tell me why. They fucked up. I'll just get you another one. It's like, what the hell?
Actually, this is a good segue for our second question. What is your biggest pet peeve? And Mike, we'll start with you again.
Biggest pet peeve?
Yeah.
People who play with their gum. Like take it out and
right,
like the worst.
Yes,
that was me when I was a kid. I won't lie. When I was a kid,
animal.
Because I used to like making the bubble,
Yeah, I have my siblings. They're 6 years younger than me. They're twins, and they knew that I had a problem with it. So car rides with like the parents, they were like playing with it, like pulling it across the car from one window to the other, and I'd be like in between it. I just like I was so skeeved out, like I've thrown up, like watching, like just like looking at someone like playing with it, just so like disgusting. I can't.
Is that like blow bubbles too, though, or is it just
the bubbles are not as bad as like people actually playing with it, but it's might as well be on the same par.
Well, you don't have to touch it. If you're good at blowing bubbles, like you don't have to touch it. You like lick it back in. It's kind of gross still, but it's not like you're fucking making balloon animals. Like
I won't chew gum. Gum just freaks me out in general. Why are you chewing on this thing you're never going to swallow? Like it's
that joke's on you. I swallow it. I'm trying to.
We're still talking about gum, right?
Right. Blowing bubbles out of the bath.
Yeah.
He's not anymore.
Dude, I'm all over the place, man. Guess where I'm at in my head. No, so stupid. Yeah, I'm with you 1,000%. That's kind of like an offshoot of just people chewing with their mouth open in general. That's my number one. Always go back to that.
Yeah.
You smack your lips once, dude, I almost faint. I'm like, oh, like it's just like I'm disgusting.
Sometimes, like, if you just want to get under Jesse's skin, you just like, hey, Jess.
Oh, dude. My friend did that, man. He was a fucking animal. I was like, hey, man, you want to chew with your mouth closed? And he's like,
he was also oblivious to like anything he did that was annoying.
Oh,
so.
Dude, I made a mistake. I watched a competitive eating video, and they don't care about being proper because they're trying to win. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So the guy literally stacked like 5 burgers, and he's like, you just see it. I'm like, it's like I just quit out of the video immediately. I was like, I don't know why I clicked this. I should have known.
That reminds me of a fun story. We went to Johnny Rockets, and our friend got a burger. Like it got right off the grill, and as soon as he bit into it, you just saw all the juices and everything is like ooze out. And it was so much that there was literally a puddle in his flat plate. Like,
Done.
You know what I mean? Like,
Done.
It was so gross.
It wasn't even the bite. He squeezed it because it's a big burger, and when you squeeze it, it's like it was like some mayonnaise. I was like,
yeah.
I haven't
to like
been
wring
back,
it out,
dude. Yeah,
basically, yeah. It was a sponge.
I haven't been back to Johnny Rockets since. I like Johnny Rockets. I literally have never been back there. That haunted me. I was like, it's like, oh, they give you free refills on fries, and the burgers are good.
The burgers come out really quick too. Like I remember he ordered like another one. It came immediately. I was like, wow, but dude, just that puddle. Like you could literally get like a glass, 8-ounce glass of it, dude.
Dude, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
Never been. Like, do you want to go now?
I mean, burgers.
Yeah, burgers.
I do have one more peeve I have to share though.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, here we go. We like this.
Bassists who think that they're guitarists.
Yeah. I know, they're the worst.
Oh, hey, Will.
Unbelievable.
Says the bass player with 2 octave pedals that frequently plays an octave below the standard bass.
Low B is a C? No, just no.
Bassists who play with picks. Hacks. I'm kidding. Do you play with pick?
Not mostly, no, but I have played with picks.
I don't care either way, but my brother, he's a bassist, he plays with a pick, and ever since I watched that Davey 504 guy, I watched him play. He's like, he plays with a pick. I was like, oh, hacks. It's just like he's cheating. So stupid.
My always defense is like, okay, well, Carol Kay. She's only played on like every hit song and created some of the most like signature bass lines ever playing with a pick. And they're great, and they're undeniably good.
You just have a picture of her in your wallet, like right there. Right there.
That's it.
That's awesome.
What gets under your skin?
Remind me.
Oh, for me, I can honestly say the absolute worst thing in the world is wet socks.
Yeah, dude, I had a hole in my shoe the other day while I was at work, and I was like, I have to endure 8 hours of this? Oh, my God.
These are the pet peeves I've related to the most.
Dude, I can't. I have a Ziploc bag in the trunk of my car with 2 pairs of dry socks, just in case.
It's a fucking genius. I didn't know. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I just thought this was a rule of life, but I worked with this guy. He was like a contractor. He came to my job, and he apparently have sweaty feet, so he changed his socks midway through the day, and I was like, that's a genius fucking idea. Why did I not think about that? Like, it's so gross.
So if anyone takes anything away from this, clean pair of socks in a plastic bag in your trunk, clutch.
My friend did that with a shirt because he used to sweat a lot when he was on the job, so he had another button down. Yeah, so
that's actually common as fuck. I learned that. Huh. Like, I watch like people who like just YouTube guys or fucking people at like my job like did the same thing. So many people just always had to change. I'm like, I just had it for emergencies. I never had it because I midway changed. I guess I'm an animal, but like I just never had it so I could change halfway through the job. I was like, That's a fucking genius idea. Like, instead of feeling like a fucking dirty person the rest of the day. Just
you guys ever watch Ray Donovan, the show?
No, I haven't.
It has a Liev Schreiber. I hope I didn't butcher his name. But anyway, he always had a spare suit in his car because he would always murder someone or and he always have a bloody white shirt or whatever. So he's like, all right, here we go again. He just opened his trunk, changed it to a nice suit again. Like,
nice.
It's so funny.
Will's advice spans the whole spectrum. Whether you have a day job, you're a murderer, a band, possibly a hiker, socks in the car. They're the way to be.
Will knows
whenever I travel, or even when we go on tour, it's like, oh, we're going to be out for 7 days. I have 14 pairs of socks.
It's the move. Also, well, I guess it actually doesn't. Spare underwear also doesn't help either, I guess, if you're an animal. I learned as a kid, dude. I remember I went to my nan's as a little kid, like 6. So it was like, fuck you, Mom. I don't need another pair of underwear. And, of course, I shit my pants at my nan's house. It's like, no! Like, I was like a 6-year-old. Yes. I was like, what? And from that day forward, I always got underwear everywhere. I'm just like, underwear. Look, I don't shit my pants every day, okay? Just put it out there.
But just in case.
Just in case. Wait, back. Nope.
Isn't it funny when you get older? It's like before, you always want toys or whatever, and then games and stuff. And then when you get older, you're like, I just want more underwear. If you guys want to get me underwear for Christmas for my birthday, that would be great.
That's the move, dude.
I'm all about it.
But yeah, I agree. It's awesome. All right. Well, all right. Do you guys still buy bagged underwear? Or do you guys buy separate underwear?
So
I go MeUndies.
I am a hard advocate of MeUndies.
Show me MeUndies on camera, dude. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, did you see the latest cover though that we did of the Celine Dion song?
Oh yeah.
Meatloaf.
Did you watch it till the end?
Oh no, I didn't see it, dude.
Wait. Oh, you guys did something at the end, right?
We did a thing.
I gotta go check it out.
So if this is gonna be posted, everyone comment what you thought of the ending, but don't give it away.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. It's the move, dude. I didn't thought I was a bag underwear guy, and literally when I got my first pair of MeUndies, I was like, this is different. This is life. This is like when I see Hanes or Fruit of the Loom on some guy stretches, I just see Fruit of the Loom on the band. I'm like, animal. Like, what are you even doing to yourself?
He's just not in the know. He just doesn't. Dude. We have to enlighten people. You should get MeUndies to sponsor this.
No free ads?
No, this is a free ad. Unless you want to send me a 10-pack MeUndies, I always need it.
I am a subscriber.
Oh, dude.
I have a subscription.
I forgot to change my the art. I got and I was like, oh, what did I get this month? I got pink underwear with penguins on it, and I'm kind of red and white, so I'm kind of pinkish already. So it's it just looks like I'm naked with penguins all on my ass and dick. I'm like, fuck.
Just be like it's a really elaborate tattoo.
Jesse loved his underwear so much that when we played Ultimate Frisbee, he literally took off his shorts and was like, wore his underwear. Guys, check out my new underwear.
It was done,
and we played
dude.
Ultimate Frisbee in his underwear the whole time.
I fucking crushed that game, too.
Yeah, no one to play defense on him.
Good. All right.
Good strategy.
Not much to grab
one
down
is
there
full
anyways.
of life hacks.
Yeah.
So I'm a boxer brief guy. Can we go around and say what kind of
boxer brief?
I wear Duluth. You guys know that?
It's a brand, right?
Butt naked Duluth. You ever see the commercial?
Butt naked.
Oh yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. How are those?
I like them a lot, actually. They're the only ones I kind of wear now. I used to wear like Jesse said, like Hanes and stuff like that or whatever.
Animal.
And I've been going Duluth now. It's just so much better.
Wait, is that the one with the cock pouch?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that until it said it says it on there. It doesn't say cock pouch. It says something else.
Imagine. That'd be a great ad. With our patented cock pouch formula to keep your cock. It's like, wow, that's aggressive, Duluth. Sadly, I'm not big enough for the cock pouch. It's just it's just airy for me. Look at Will, don't judge me.
What was that, Mike?
The cock pouch is optional, though, right? Like, you put your feet in it and just have your shit hang. It's fine. Right?
Yeah.
Good. Cool. Actually, that's actually kind of genius now. I think about that.
When you're flying.
Yeah, when you fly. Hey, whoa, bro, it's just my dick, dude. What are you doing? Why does it smell like weed? Fucking, I blow my vape down there too. I don't know what the fuck, man.
I
Just stop
gotta
touching
say, when I booked this interview with you guys, I never thought we would talk about cock pouches.
It's awesome.
This is just where the podcast goes. Military Bear
I love it.
podcast.
I love it so much.
We
So
range
how do
from
you-
like intellectual music conversation to cock pouches.
Yeah, 30-second note run with a offset accent. Now tell me about cock pouches. What do you think? Needed? Yeah, no. I'm just a MeUndies guy.
Actually, we didn't even get to the third question yet. We had so many bonus rounds. Damn. All right, this one's always a fun one. What metal band deserves their own candy bar, and what would it be called? Mike, we'll start with you. I know, I'm throwing you on the spot right now. This is always usually like it's really fun, but it's actually kind of hard. And I'll while you think, I'll give you my great idea how this came to be. The band Every Time I Die, I was like, oh man, Every Time I Crunch bar.
You corny fuck.
Yeah. We had other answers like Hatebreed, like the hate bar. Meshuggah should have theirs. It would be a dense, heavy bar, you know.
Oh, I was gonna say Meshuggah, and the name of the bar would be like Bleed Caramel or something like that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm the least creative of the Valence members.
Well, that's like this thing kind of like if you're just like lazy, you could just add crunch onto anything. Be like, yeah, I think Meshuggah gets it. What
Hate
should it
crunch.
be called? New
Wait,
Millennium
wait.
Cyanide Crunch? It's like, that's really long, but all right.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I would buy
Yes.
something called New Millennium Cyanide Crunch. Like, let's go.
Absolutely, 100%.
And what would it be like a wafer kind of thing, like the Crunch bar?
Well,
kind
if
of
it's gotta
thing,
be
or-
Be
thick,
really dark chocolate.
That too.
Be
Probably.
like really dark chocolate.
There we go.
Yeah, it's.
Jesse, what's
It's
yours,
tough.
man?
I don't know, man.
We always ask this. What's yours?
I always think Hatebreed just deserves it, but I always want to do like a way more fun.
Well, Metallica, I think, would actually be the band to do this. Actually, speaking of Hatebreed,
Actually.
I think I don't know if he's kidding or not, but he
No,
said
he's
he was
not
gonna
kidding.
he was gonna come out with a candy with Randy Bly from Lamb of God, and I thought he was kidding at first, but he actually Josta came out with his own Perseverance pasta.
Yeah, no. He
Like,
came up with
legit.
the Josta pasta.
Yeah,
Perseverance penne.
yeah.
Dude,
Perseverance penne, dude. And then he was coming up with all these other ones like Corpse Grinder Capellini and stuff like that.
dude, it's kind of awesome.
Oh, dude, it was so funny. I'm actually gonna bring it up now to read some of the names for you.
Dude,
But
just because of the Josta, I didn't even realize how perfect it was. Like Josta pasta, I sent it to my brother. He's just like, get the fuck out of here. And I was just like, yes. It's
Perseverance penne, it's so fucking awesome. Oh man, I love his little like slogan on the back. This pasta, it fuels me. The flavor excites me. The texture is perfect. It makes me rock harder.
Josta. So stupid.
Yeah, he had it's suicidal spaghetti for
For
suicidal
suicidal
tendencies.
tendencies. So dumb.
Yeah, Des Fafara from Devil Driver. He had Fafara. Oh my god, I can't speak.
Yeah, it's too much.
That
It's a lot.
pasta, I can't say it. Corpse Grinder Capellini was one of my favorite. Zetro Ziti for Zetros. It's so good, dude. Oh
Dude.
my god.
Well, as someone that's seen ICP live and Faye was just thrown everywhere, I can't imagine going to Hatebreed shows and getting pegged in the face with like just some spaghetti or some shit. Like, yo, Josta pasta. Just turn just like, whoa. It's like, I did not know this is going to be something I had to deal with.
I'm just picturing him like with a colander full of like wet pasta, just like, and everyone's just being like,
Good for this.
Whoa.
Actually, what's something that you guys would like to come up with? I know you guys have pint glasses and stuff like that, but what's like a product that you guys would love to come out with?
Yeah, if you
Beer
could just
and
make
coffee.
it poof.
Coffee? Yeah.
beer and coffee.
Oh,
Yep.
beer.
That's-
That's what a lot of bands are doing now. Like Lamb of God came out with like the duals non-alcoholic version of their beer.
Actually wasn't bad.
And Hatebreed is actually coming out with the beer too. The freaking Joss is a business guy right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
Is there like a local brewery that you guys would like to team up with, or sorry,
Yeah.
what, Mike? Yeah.
Absolutely. There's one brewery that I am in love with, and they're considered like just fucking outstanding. They're in Middletown, New York, called Equilibrium, and I think
Heard of
that
that
they're great. But the reason why it's so great is valence is a chemistry term, and they're kind of also very
Ooh,
chemistry
shit. That does
centered.
make sense. That makes
So
a lot
it's
of
like
sense.
the big pitch is, hey guys, wanna let us shoot a video at your place, and we'll make a beer, a Valence beer or something. Some type
That'd be
of some way would be so.
That'd be pretty gangster.
dude, the I guess launch party for the beer can be an also concert at the place. That'd be sick. I hope that happens.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, I will say, Will, you kind of cut out when you said beer and coffee. I thought you said urine coffee. I was like, that's fucking something. It's like, Jesus Christ. I was like, what is that?
Will's willing to try anything.
It's like, it won't actually be urine, but it's going to taste just like urine.
I like to expand my horizons.
I was talking to a Black Dahlia Murder and Trevor, and I was like, oh, worst thing you've tasted? And he's like, oh, pee, because it was in a Wawa lemonade bottle, and it looked just like the Wawa
Worst
lemonade.
idea ever. Worst idea ever to pee in that bottle. What the fuck?
Wow.
And he's like, I was like, was it yours? He's like, I can't say.
That's the landmine of a touring band's like van. Just like a Wawa lemonade bottle. It's like, is it? Or yellow? Is this yellow Gatorade? Or is this just pee?
Lemon lime flavor, right?
Oh, dude.
Although I do think there is some sort of coffee that's like, I think it's made from like monkey feces or something.
Yeah.
It's like they eat, and it's like super expensive.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
it's amazing for you. But man, imagine
What?
having they have to eat. It's I think it's monkey or it's a cat. I forgot which one it was.
I think it's
But
a
they
monkey.
maybe they eat the bean and they shit it out. You have to collect the fucking beans. And I was kind of like, man, that's a shit job. Like, no pun intended, literally. But it's just like, literally, it's like, go out there and collect the beans. It's just like, literally, just like a fucking sift through shit.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. It's like, it's my art. These coffee beans, shit beans. Yeah, right?
So what was your answer, Meshuggah, for the candy bar?
Yeah.
Um,
Now I'm
well-
thinking between the caramel and me, or between the crunch in me, or something.
Dude,
I think
Mike's on it.
I think Cannibal Corpse should have their own candy bar.
What
That
are we
makes a lot of
called?
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Hammer Smash bar. Hammer Smash Crunch.
stripped, raped, and caramel.
Oh, my God.
It would
That
have to
never
be.
be marketed.
It would have to be something like kind of heinous.
It'd be on jossmartystore.net, and that's it.
That's awesome. I would just buy it for the wrapper the first time. Even if I loved it. I put it on my wall. Be like, why is that there? Dude, legends right there.
Look at it.
Bar in existence.
I'm so glad I asked you guys that. But that was the random silly question segment.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys are great. You guys probably gave the best answers to that, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, before we let you go, is there anything else that you want to mention to your fans out there? Anything they should be looking forward to? Maybe a live stream set, maybe like a studio performance. What do they have to look forward to?
So, other than just where we are writing new material for the next album, we can't, obviously we're not playing live. I hope that day comes sooner than later. We are going into a studio this weekend to shoot a music video for If You're Not Into the Whole Brevity Thing, which
nice.
is one of the Big Lebowski reference songs of the 4-song suite that we have on Cognitive Dissidents.
The Dude Suite?
So, yeah, the Dude Suite. Dude, I'm a sweet.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm excited for
That's a
this.
candy bar.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're shooting the video. There may or may not be some Lebowski references, and we're really looking forward to that. And hopefully, the video will be done by the end of the month. And that will be the last single of this Cognitive Distance's album cycle. And then we're back to finishing writing. That's pretty much it. And you might catch some other videos along the way of us doing like in the studio type of things
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, we've discussed some more covers too. I don't know how busy we're gonna be with the video
Like
and the writing.
songs, or like is it gonna be like themes like the X-Men and Westworld, or just anything really? It's up in the air.
We've thrown out a lot of stuff.
Got a lot of stuff, and Mandalorian starts in like 2 weeks. No,
Here we go.
6 weeks.
That's fucking cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they
half
just
pa-
announced
half
it.
past a hair.
Yeah.
Starts in half. So stupid.
Boo, Jesse.
Why I got freckles? Half past a freckle. Just get
This
the
is
hell
where
out.
we ended now, just because of him. God damn. You ruined it. That's good.
Could you actually kick me out? Does it say you kicked out Jesse if you kick me out?
That'd be awesome.
What?
So when do you think you put out the first single of the new album, or just new music? Because that's what I've been eagerly waiting for. Because in my head, you put out this album 3 years ago.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like, man.
Here, bro.
yeah, dude. This is like 5 album cycles later. Where is it? It's like, dude, I was in high school when you came
Still
out.
blows my mind that I felt like our interview last time was 3 years ago. Oh my god! But anyway,
Oh,
Will there
totally.
be an epic on the next album? Duh.
Dude.
But seriously, let's try and write shorter songs. And it's like 3-minute songs. Let's go. They turn into still 7-8 minute songs. We just
And short for us, it's perspective.
yeah, right.
I will say, because I always like when I show people, like, even though we were trying to get off the finished spot, I'm gonna ask another question. I don't care. Yeah, because when I show people like prog songs, especially like Between the Bear and Me, like my ex-girlfriend said, like, when did they decide to like build rip this into multiple songs? Like, when do you decide like it's a song? Like when it goes from 3 minutes to 7 minutes? Like, is it just it's a feeling you get, or did you just let it go until it feels right, then you just call it a song? Is that kind of how it goes?
to go till it feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think, well, especially with the latest writing process, we definitely haven't, we try to have an ear towards like, yeah, we're going to do some shorter things too. And then, by the time like, we're like, oh, okay, so it's going to be this part, this part, this part, this part, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we got to get into the real structure of the tune. We're like, okay, that's 6.5 minutes. And we're not done.
That's exhausting. Personally, for me, like when I write songs, me and Jesse were talking about this. We usually do 4. Like that's our like 4 of this, 4 of that, 4 of that riff, 4 of that beat.
Yeah, really,
Yeah.
testing.
We
Really
literally called
pushing
our
the
song
boundaries.
4.
Yeah, honestly, our stuff is so experimental, dude. Just 4/4 verse, chorus, verse, end of the song.
Hey man, those structures are used a lot for a reason.
Oh, yeah. And when they're done so well, like actually, I don't know if you guys are fans of them, but they kind of went in a weird direction. But Bring Me the Horizon, I was never really a big fan of them. But like I've listened to their last couple songs, and like the direction they went, like dude, they just like sharpened that basic song structure to like a samurai sword sharpness, and like I was like impressed. I was like, what the fuck? This band was like a coffee, like dude, like a tin can deathcore band back in like 2005, and it's like. Now they're like a weird, like metal, hard rock, pop, like electronic band that's crushing. I was like, what the fuck? And it's just kind of like a weird thing to adopt later in your career where they just know how to write like a basic song where I'm like, damn, you got to respect it. Cause like, but like some
Absolutely.
people like, do you have a problem with that? Do you like, with certain, like, I know certain prog fans are like that. It's like, dude, if it's not like crazy, this and that, it's like, what the fuck? Like, dude, you're not even trying. Like my one friend, he's like, dude, it's so basic. I'm like, yeah, there's really good basic songs out there too. Yeah. As long as 15-minute Reptile from fucking the Periphery album, 17 minutes long. I really like that song. It's really good.
Great.
17 minutes long.
Right.
Goddamn.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, I don't know, like, I definitely, like, man, to me, like, pop music is like junk food, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's funny, like so I teach a lot of bass, guitar, and piano, but when we talk about songwriting, like I'll bring up like Taylor Swift, and I'll just be like, this song is textbook perfectly written as a pop song, and we're gonna use it as an example. Like, I love that stuff. Like, I just kind of love putting that stuff together, and I do think that there is like a really beautifulness about like just a really well-crafted pop song.
Yeah, because
the reason why they're popular too,
Well, yeah,
right, yeah,
exactly. And then also, it's one of those things where it's like where people think because it's easy and everyone technically learns like the basics of it's really hard, because if it was that easy, everybody would write a pop song that would get on the fucking radio and decimate. It's like there is something there where it's like it's just the subtleties, because obviously. Well, it happens in prog. Like, people just riff off and they think it's good. Like, you guys write good feeling songs. You guys don't just write a collection of riffs. That's why your songs are really good. Like, I'm not trying to suck you guys' dick here, but like, it's just like
it's working.
It's right here in my MeUndies. In my.
It's that time of the podcast again when Jesse jerks off the guest.
It's always one time in the podcast. There's got to be at least one compliment.
Dude, I should the 20 episodes we've done, so I should just get a compilation. I don't want to jerk you off, or I don't want to suck you off right now.
Being the dumb caveman than I am, but
But speaking about like bands just popping out like pop songs, Mike, you said you listened to Psycho Stick. You know that radio single song they came out with? It's so funny. Like they do a typical radio sing. This is the catchy chorus.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Oh my God, it's so
Like the
so
song
good.
"Hook" by Blues Traveler.
Don't know it, but now I have to check it
Oh,
out.
that was on 4. That was like the big record in '96 or whatever. But like it was a big pop song, but like the hook brings you back, and it's just all the lyrics are just about writing a catchy song and it being catchy.
That's funny.
Don't let Will fool you. His junk food is just 90s pop music, not modern.
Most of it, yeah, 100%. I will not.
93 through 98. Like,
Have I seen the Gin Blossoms live? Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
But you mentioned you do bass lessons and lessons online. Like how can someone reach out and get lessons?
WilHelmus@large.com.
There you go. And Mike, do you do lessons too?
Currently no, but always looking for students.
Yeah, or you can. You can message us on any of the social media channels if anyone's interested. If we get more students, we get more money, and we can put out records faster.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
True.
if you want at least more of us and more content, take lessons from us, and we'll help you, and you'll help us, and everyone will be happy.
The beautiful cycle.
I just expect music is made for free, right?
Was that Mike?
No, so we only have 6 pint glasses left. We ordered 72 of them, 48 or 72 of them.
It was like 50-ish.
50-ish.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Bandcamp.
We're down to 6, so if anyone wants them, check.
Yeah, it's the last few, and
Bandcamp
if we
Friday
do them
helps you.
again, if we do pint glasses again, it's good. We'll probably do a different design.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool idea.
Limited
pint
edition.
glasses. I like when bands do something out of the ordinary like that, like the pint glass, or what was something else I saw on someone's page? I was like, that's pretty nifty. Like, I'll get that.
I never would have looked at it like that.
I've seen like the paraphernalia, like a grinder.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen like that kind of stuff, but like actual useful, like everyday, like what's a normal thing that you use on the everyday that like something that would be cool with our name on it? And it was like, we all like beer, so that's where that went.
Beer and
Yeah,
coffee.
we were at Treehouse Brewery. We were in line while we were on tour. We were at Treehouse Brewery, and we were just like, what if we did pint glasses?
Where do they get theirs from? And
Yeah, like there was like a stack of boxes of, I guess they just got a new shipment in, and like I hastily like wrote down the company that does their glasses, and I was like, I'm gonna reach out to this company and see what their MOQs are.
That's awesome.
Dude,
That's a
that's
smart
awesome.
way of doing it.
Dude, before I even drank beer, I always loved pint glasses. Even just drink my soda pop when I was like 15. I was like, dude, I want a pint glass. Like, I was just like,
To
it
me,
kind of
it's
works.
like, yeah,
Right.
to me, they're almost the evolution of, oh god, do you guys remember like the cartoon like jam and jelly jars? Like they used to have like these cartoon prints on them, and like you could collect them. This is like,
I think
this
so.
is
Yeah, actually, yeah.
maybe late 80s, early 90s. But I remember those and thinking those were, I mean, when I was like 4 or 5, like thinking those were the coolest things ever. And to me, like just the pint glass is the adult version of that.
Yeah.
Well, it's always nice to collect. Like I always say, it pisses me off when a band doesn't have good merch, because sometimes I just want to give my money away, and when there's no good merch, I'm like, I'm literally here with money in my fist. Like, I guess I'll just tip you because I don't want
Shut up
any
and
of
take
this
my money.
stuff. Like it's just like, it's like that's what's. It always. You know what? I feel like a lot of bigger bands, I guess, like because they surrender it, they like stop designing it themselves. They like let someone else design it. Like sometimes I'm like, what the hell? You guys are like on a major label. Like, you guys can't get good merch. Like I'm literally trying to give you money here. Like
That is always like disappointing when like I see a band and I'm like, these guys rock, I want to give them money, and like I go to their merch and I'm like, I don't like any of this.
oh, dude,
It's
Yeah.
Here's money. No. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
no.
take a shirt. And I'm like, no thanks.
they're like, should I be happy? They kind of insulted all of our shit. Like what the.
I always feel bad though, because I'm like, well, it's like, I do love you guys, but I really will not wear that. That will not go on me.
It's a bummer, dude. That's why I'm like about the titty logo and the logo on the back. That's like the move now. That's
Those
kind of the
have
shirts
been-
I've been
yeah.
enjoying. Just the subtle logo here, and then a big back piece. Like I just always like that stuff.
Actually, I
should do more
noticed the
backward
pockets coming back too. You know, like after the barrel had like a pocket. I was like with the logo on it. I was like, oh, look at that. I have a little pocket
Interesting.
now.
Yeah.
To me, as a bass player, like to me, the pocket on the right is always where my strap is. I want to do pockets on the left.
Double. No, how about solve it? Double pockets for the left and
pocket.
right-handed bassist. Just right there. One for
All
your
the
calculator, one
categories,
for
Removable pockets.
Velcro pockets.
Actually,
Yes.
I can't do
pockets.
I can't do pockets anymore because I had a really nice shirt that had a pocket, and this is my feel good shirt. All my other shirts, I look like just a jagaloon. But this shirt, I was like, I walk out like, hey, I say this is like my impress everyone shirt. I wore it to work on Casual Friday, and my boss, he would always knock my fucking badge off because it's a magnet. So I put it in the pocket this time, and he went and swiped it, and his fingers caught the pocket and just ripped it off.
Oh.
I was just like, he's like, oh my God. And I was like, what the you just Justin Timberlake me? Like, what are you doing? I was like, what?
The fact that you use Justin Timberlake as a verb makes me so happy.
Also, no one remembers that one. It's kind of weird, dude. That was a big thing back in
That
the day.
was huge.
Yeah, I feel
That
like
broke
people remember
TV
that.
for like that changed TV for like that. Oh yeah, and I was so mad, dude. I still haven't. And then I got fatter, and then someone prepared the shirt for me. I was like, no, now it's too late. I was sad. I ate more. I can't even fit in the shirt. God damn it! They matched my Converse. Oh, I was crushing it.
Oh. Man, a good shirt will make you just feel invincible.
It's kind of crazy.
The
actually.
confidence.
It's like, oh, look, I feel kind of
I
nice.
definitely have a few of those shirts.
Dude, even if you don't buy them, just at the store, you're like, yeah, just in the tryout, you're in the dressing room. You're like,
Well, my shirts
go and
all
buy
just
it.
band tees.
Yeah, basically.
Same, but
Yeah. I just have to go somewhere. But guys, you know, this was such a pleasure. I had a blast talking to you about cock pouches and the album.
Highlight of my life.
There we go, guys.
Cock pouches Dissidents.
Best place for fans and everyone to check out the album. What helps you guys out the most? Bandcamp? Is it Spotify?
I mean, Bandcamp is, direct sales, and, they do stuff seems like every month now, like
First Friday of every
yesterday.
month.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the first Friday of every month, if y'all want to drop some, help us out, and we'll give you cool merch, and hopefully we'll come up with some more cool merch.
There you go.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, guys. Dude, thanks so much for stopping by. And you guys
Thank you, man.
People crushing it. Music, you're crushing it. Nice.
We're trying.
Keep doing it, dude. Come back anytime when the new album comes out.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. Always welcome back on, both of you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Down, pals. All right, guys. Be safe. Have a great day.
Keep it real, guys.
Well, have a great weekend.
And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. It's your host, Chris. Jesse's imitating me right now but you can't see because his mustache is taking over. What's up, dude?
How's it going, guys?
All right, so I know you guys had just as much as fun as me and Jesse with Valence right there. Not Valence, as I made the mistake of the first time he was on my show. It's Valence.
Valencia.
Loser. Anyway, yeah, shout out to Will and Mike. Awesome dudes. Check out their stuff on their Bandcamp. That helps them out the most. Cognitive Dissidents. That's the name of their album. Came out last year, and it's a play on words. Now, if you guys want to listen to the old interview I did because you enjoyed this one so much, it's on soundcloud.com/WMSC. Yeah, that was back on the radio. So it was a little more PG. We didn't talk about cock pouches like we did on this one. So, this one was a lot of fun. It was great talking to these guys. And, again, their music is killer. It has that nice little, like you said, human abstract. It has the Between the Bear and Me vibe. And I'm really kind of curious what they do if they do get a guest vocalist on one of their tracks. I really kind of want to see how it goes. Like, if they have John from Moontooth, that would be sick.
Yeah, it's always interesting. Well, that's the thing we kind of talked about with Angel Vivaldi, and actually we had two instrumental artists in a row. So, it is always interesting. But the way, like Angel Vivaldi said for himself, and I kind of agree with these guys, the way they write songs, like they just write good songs. I think you can if with a little bit of tweaking, they could just add vocals and it would be fire. Like they just write really good tracks.
Well, because they do write in the same song structure, you know what I mean? It's not like shreddy. They write in a song structure where it would, this is the verse part. This is the chorus part. You know, they have those kind of things. So throwing vocals on top of that wouldn't be that difficult.
The only thing I think would be interesting with them that from what I've heard from Vivaldi to them is that like it's not basic, but like they write way more in that proggy sense. So it's a lot more like they're playing with time, they're playing with syncopation. So that's the only thing that could run over vocals. So that's even though they write really good, just basic, like not basic songs.
So they need
write
someone
good
like
songs.
Protest.
Well, no, but like
What's his
that
name?
when you Roddy Walker,
Yeah,
or Rhodey, whatever.
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper. Well, because that's the thing. Like I always talk about, like in some of my reaction videos, when I want to sound like I'm smart and know what I'm talking about music.
Wait,
It's
you
like,
do reaction videos? Where?
Yeah, YouTube.com/C/Insid1.
Here we go.
But yeah, it's music has space, and every type of genre has its own space. And when you have
That's
too
not
much,
true.
yeah.
No.
What are you talking about?
Not true.
Blow it out your cheeks.
You're just saying false facts.
You're something else. But like, yeah, like everything has its own space. That's like with death metal. Like all of it gets filled up because it's all these notes. It's just as fast as you can get all the notes out. The guitar's going, the bass is going, the drums are going, and that's why like it doesn't always allow for the most amount of dynamics with the vocals. Like that's why you don't always hear clean vocals and stuff. Well, besides the genre just doesn't want it. Like all the diehard death metal fans don't want clean singing. But that's what's amazing about like Black Crown Initiate is like they go hard in the paint, but then they have crazy clean vocals like over the top, and it's really awesome.
Hard in the paint.
Yeah, and then when you have prog bands, like you have to design the song around like it. Usually, you have to design the song around the vocals, just because if you make a song that tramples over the vocals, it's like, you know, it's like how are they going to shine? Like if you make a song and the singer tries to sing over it, the song takes away a lot of the attention away from the singer. It's like it kind of makes them useless in a way. And that's just the interesting thing. Actually, you know who's really good at it? And I know you don't give a fuck about him, but Dance Gavin Dance. No, John Cena. But Dance Gavin Dance.
Just cover your screen right now with them.
You're unreal. But like because they have the two singers and the guitars and like everyone kind of they're really good, like mature about the way they pace things. So like the guitar will lose its mind and like the singer will kind of step back and then the screamer will kind of hit, the screamer will step back, the singer will hit, they both step back and the guitars hits, the drummer.
You're going to say More As Like Dying.
Well, they're really good at it too.
Started off.
But and that's why people get mad. Like, why do you do less singing? Why do you do more screaming? Why do you less screaming? Why do you do more singing? It's like you get mature and you learn how to pace things a little bit better.
Yeah. It's also you can't do certain things at certain parts. Like you got to be smart with it.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do it, you have to design it, and that's why I think.
Like Trivium kind of spoke about that too at Shogun. He was going to try to limit the screaming originally. Like if you guys listened to the Crusade before that, it didn't have any screaming, right? He had that like harsh kind of like thrash vocal, like James Hetfield. Everyone made the comparison to. But anyway, with Shogun, he was like, yeah, it just wasn't working. So I was like, fuck it, let me scream, like Matt Heafy said. And he started screaming for those parts on Shogun. He's like, yeah, it worked. So that's how they figured out what actually worked for Shogun. And I think that's smart. Like when you try to limit yourself like that, it kind of doesn't really work out.
Oh yeah, and that's what that's why people like say, well, why are you screaming? Like screaming's another emotion. Screaming's another way to convey things. And dude, when you have it all,
so many different types of screaming too, where you can make it different. Yeah, like you can have screams that you can make it sound different too with the type of scream you're doing.
Yeah, well, like the best guy, two of the best guys I know right now are the guy from Cal Decapitation. He has a lot of fun sounds. He plays a lot.
Trill.
Yeah, he has that. He has like these crazy.
Someone called him a metal pirate. Who was that?
I think it was my brother.
He sounds like my.
But you know who's really good too? He's new. Well, not new, but he's like a big YouTuber guy. But he just came out the Carcosa. That guy. If you ever listen to
Carcosa,
the EP they just released, shout out.
Jesse, did you just react to Carcosa?
Carcosa? No, yeah. I reacted their whole EP. So I reacted to the songs I didn't react to already, but I have the whole EP on my channel. I reacted to every single one of them. And the one thing I took, like, I love Andrew Bana, and like the other guys in the band, they're all good. But the singer, like the screamer, I mean, like he's got every type of scream down. He does like the yell. He does the heavy, the low, the girdle, the freaking shrill. He does
the
like
girdle.
Like
why is that called a girdle?
I don't know. I'm making up fucking words now, bro. I don't know the word, but like
usually people call that like those like guttural.
Guttural. Yeah, I was probably trying to say guttural. I just like girdle.
girdle.
The only way you can sound like that is you got a really tight girdle on. I don't know. It's so stupid.
Another clip.
But yeah, it's interesting, man. And I think with them, I think they would only need a little bit of a fixing to add vocals to it. Because that's the only thing with prog music. It's like when you listen to like Protest Here is a good one because they're so busy guitar wise.
Yeah.
And they have to be really careful because if you, Rhodey's such a good singer. It's like if you run that guy over, it's like you're assholes because like that guy's such a good singer. It's like why would you even have that guy in the band with that much talent and then run him over with fucking shreddy guitars? It's like you're just a cock at that point, like because it's just like a waste of talent, and that's what pisses me off. Like when the Day to Remember started singing way more, and they like and they like have people like a small band from Florida. But like, it's like people are like, where's the screaming? I'm like, dude, do you hear the guy's voice? Let him sing. Howard, when they came out the second self-titled, like he's singing way more. He's got a really good voice. Let the guy sing. It's just like, and then also the different pacing stuff too. That was a darker album. It sounded cool. I don't know. I went on this rant, but yeah, space and music. It's an interesting thing to pay attention to.
Rants.
Yeah, right.
That should actually be like a whole like playlist. Jesse rants and.
Oh yeah, it's like a simple concept, but it's actually kind of hilarious how bad people fuck it up. Like when you listen to music. Like
I never listen to music actually.
I only feel it, but I
just touch it and let it vibe.
But that's what I kind of noticed. Like what makes like a really good band and a good band and a bad band. Like what separates all those guys. Like Bring Me the Horizon. Like what I said. Like they're making way poppier and way simpler structured songs, but they're their layering is a lot better. They're just really good at changing slightly to make the next part sound a little bit different or a little bit like keep your interest, but it's still like short and sweet and really good. And it's like, that's really hard to do because,
Yeah. And speaking of which, it makes me want their chocolate milk.
What? Oh, Horizon. I was like, what was that? The guy from the Vlog Creations? He was like, he covers himself in peanut butter at a dog park, and the guy walks over. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'll be done in a jiff." He's like, "Jiff, like the peanut butter? Is that a pun?" And the guy's just all mad. Like it's just like, you asshole.
I had to do it, man. I had to do it. But all right, guys, this is where we plug our stuff. Speaking of prog stuff, I mentioned the SoundCloud before for WMSC where I post my interviews for the radio. My one with Between the Bear and Me is up there. Actually, I interviewed Between Me a lot, so you can find them on YouTube and SoundCloud. But the most recent one I did was with Tommy, and it was right after their live stream performance of Colors on Twitch. So I got to talk to Tommy, the front man. It was a really in-depth interview. We on for like 45 minutes, I would say. For the radio, that's actually pretty long. So check that out, soundcloud.com/WMSC. And I still do my radio show Tuesday nights, 7 to 10 p.m., where me and Ram talk Ozark. And now we're going to be talking about The Boys because they just dropped 3 episodes from season 2. So me and Ram will be talking about that, and that can be viewed on or listened to on iHeartRadio and mixcloud.com/MTB Experience. What's up, dude?
They didn't drop the whole season?
No, they're moving towards like the TV cable route now. So like it's like The Mandalorian, I believe. Like they dropped a couple episodes, and then so season 2 of The Boys, they only dropped 3 episodes. So me and Ram got to binge that the other night. And there's other shows that have been doing that. I believe they only drop like some of the season. I heard if Stranger Things when they do come back, I heard they might start doing that. Which I don't know, because like, the whole point of streaming was for it to be all there so you can binge watch it. And now they're moving towards the TV cable route where they're like, here you go, here's something. Like, why are you telling me how to watch my shows?
Well, because they probably think you're probably getting more out of the content because when people binge it,
talk about it more, and then
they talk about it, and then they also want it immediately. They want it faster, even though technically, where if you make people sit on an episode for a week or 2 weeks, it's like at least like you get like what 2 months out of a series.
Well, it's also for that whole time you're getting press about it, whether like you have YouTubers or like podcasts like us are like, what do you think is going to happen in season 4, or episode 4, kind of thing. And that causes speculation, more talk about it, more blah, blah, blah. I get it. When you just drop it all, people could watch it for a week and then forget about it. So I understand why they're doing it. I'm just saying I'm salty because I want to binge watch it all.
I'm way more of a binger. Like, I was so pissed off.
You a binger? No way.
Oh, dude, 1,000%.
Everything in your life is a binge.
And the podcast. And the podcast right now.
And Jesse, you do reaction videos. You talked about that before.
Drop it one more time. Oh, I forgot. Wow, dude, my picture looks janky.
That's when you used to look good, man.
It's really Jesse. Great. Why is it? Yeah, good guy Jesse. Yeah,
Quarantine
so
Jesse right now.
Insid Stream. Yeah, right. Insid Stream on Twitter and Instagram. Insid on Twitch and youtube.com/insid/c. No, insid.com/ no,
He doesn't
youtube.com.
know, but don't
What's
worry,
happening?
it's right there.
youtube.com/c/insid1.
You guys can see it for yourself. It's in the description below. Jesse might not know his own channel, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, right now I've taken kind of time off. I haven't been streaming. I haven't want to play games, but I've been releasing reaction videos.
He's in a rut, guys. Make him get out of that rut.
All right, just everyone.
He's a disaster. Help him out of that disaster.
I am
pit.
a disaster piece.
Get him out of the Skylark pit.
No, shut up. Don't Star Wars quote me. All right,
guys. It was a pleasure. And tune in for next week. We have a really good guest on. So every Thursday this drops. So if you're listening either Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon by like 12 o'clock, it will be out. So get ready on Thursdays for the podcast, bros. And remember, all on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast we just got added to as well.
Overcast, yeah.
Stitcher, all the big ones, iHeartRadio, we're all there.
All of them. And yeah, check them out. It's great. Yeah, because I realized I wasn't plugging the other stuff. I was just plugging the YouTube stuff on my channel.
Yeah, we actually do get some listens, believe it or not, on the other streaming formats, Jess.
Yeah, which is great because I also understand, like, as a podcaster, like, I like watching the video, but podcasts are great in the car, man. You're not going to watch the video while driving, right? Or in the bus.
That's the main thing, too. Whenever you listen to podcasts on YouTube, if you don't have the premium, like YouTube Red or whatever, you have to have the screen on to listen to it. So when you're driving, you're like, I don't want to keep my phone on the whole time. Yeah. So that's why you have the podcast format, streaming it. You could close your screen, make it all nice and black.
Yeah, so also then, data too. Yeah, YouTube takes up a lot of data. Obviously,
yes, that's true.
Video nonstop.
Yep.
It's crazy, but yeah, go check it out. We appreciate it. Comment. What'd you think of the episode? What's your favorite Valence song? What do you think about the other guests? Who do you want on? All those things are very viable comments.
Please.
So check it out. Thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. Have a great day.
As always, guys, keep it real.